Today we are in the kitchen with our friends at Luxardo making some Manhattan slushies. So I know what you're thinking, why mess with a classic? But it's summer, it's hot, we're from Brooklyn, so we are gonna take a few liberties. So when thinking about a slushy texture, we had to sort of lower the ABV so that we could get it to freeze up a little bit. So to do so, we're gonna add some fresh orange juice, some of this beautiful and luscious cherry syrup from the Luxardo maraschino cherries, and that is going to lower the ABV. It's going to give it this amazing icy texture. And plus, the best part is you make it all ahead, pop it in the freezer, and when you're entertaining, you have these cocktails at the ready. So we have our fresh orange juice. I'm gonna just add that into our blender. And then we are going to go in with these beautiful Luxardo maraschino cherries. I'm gonna add about 12, but if you lose count and you add more, you're gonna be happy about it. Next up is the Luxardo maraschino, and I feel like that this takes a Manhattan to just the next level. It adds so much flavor, it adds a little bit of sharpness. So we're going to add 1.5 ounces of that. So this formula has actually been the same since 1821. And it's produced by letting the freshly harvested cherries sit in an alcohol infusion. And there's also a few leaves and branches from the same trees, and they sit for 3 years. And the resulting product is really, really smooth, but it also has some sharp notes and hints of dark chocolate and vanilla. Okay, so I'm gonna go in with our whiskey. This is a Canadian rye whiskey, so 8 ounces. Some sweet vermouth, 4 ounces of that, just a couple dashes of bitters, and some ice. We're gonna whiz this all up until it's nice and smooth. So now we're just going to pour this mixture into ice cube trays and pop it in the freezer for about 6 hours, but preferably overnight. And like I mentioned before, this is great when you're entertaining. You just pop it in the freezer and it's ready to go. No measuring or mixing when you have guests waiting. So this is after sitting overnight in the freezer, and you can see it has this beautiful texture. It's sort of like, almost like an Italian ice texture. I'm gonna pop out 4 cubes and put them in the bottom of each glass. So I'm gonna add some crushed ice. It's totally a matter of preference. If you don't want to dilute it further, you could definitely just drink it straight, but I kind of like that this makes it really, really sippable. And then of course, it wouldn't be a Luxardo cocktail without the cherry on top. So just a little bit more of this delicious cherry syrup. And then a couple of the maraschino cherries right on top. Thank you so much to our friends at Luxardo. You can get the full recipe for these Manhattan slushies on thefeedfeed.com, and I hope that you all make a batch for your next summer gathering. So cheers! Sahara, would you like to
yes, please.
Imbibe with me?
Cheers.
Cheers!